All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Saints of the Most High Yah. This is your pastor, elder brother Rufus here, coming to you from the servants of Yah. I had a quick little video I wanted to drop on you early this morning. I think we're going to call this one controllers. Controllers. Saints, what you got going on out here is you have this demonic force that is 100% opposed to the ways of the Most High. But these ways that they come to you in, they sound very good to the carnal, naked ears. They really do. And to carnal, naked eyes, they sound and look very, very good. But when you compare them to the things that our Messiah said and the things that our Messiah did, you will see that they are a great contrast. They are a total opposite of the instructions. They are a total opposite of the works that were being done by the one who is worthy of your worship, who is worthy of all your praise, who's worthy of your adoration. He is the one that is worthy of all the credit that you ever have in your life. And his name is Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. He is the one that should be getting all the credit, because without him, you cannot get to the Father. That was his role. That was his task that he was given when he came here. And he would say things to you like, have no things that you call your own. He would say to you, give all, right? Give all. He would say to you to have all things common. What he wouldn't say to you is, control everything but own nothing. What he wouldn't say to you is amass a bunch of buildings and a bunch of lands and a bunch of vehicles and a bunch of worldly possessions and be proud that you have all of these things and push and show them as some sort of marker of biblical success. See, it's the same lie that Christianity taught you for decades about money cometh, your ship is coming in. And what they would do in Christianity is make you feel bad if your ship hadn't came in yet, if you weren't being blessed by Yahweh, by the Lord, I should say. So if you weren't in that mode of being blessed, you weren't in that mode of advancing and all these things, that Yah wasn't with you. That's the impression that they want you to believe. So they will look down on those that the world will consider poor. They will look down on those that haven't all the greatest talents and skills in the world. They will look down on those that haven't accomplished what they believe they have accomplished. But what is the purpose of amassing things on this earth? Don't the Bible talk to us about this? Doesn't Jesus warn us and gives us instructions about amassing all these things? See, here's one of the greatest things Jesus told us. And I think we just forget about it all the time because we're so enamored with controllers, people that literally are telling you they want to control every aspect of your life. They want to control where you live. They want to control how you live. They want to control what you do. They want to control when you do it. They want to control your marriages. They want to control your children. They want to control how you educate them. They want to control everything down, even how you bathe them. They just want total control. They want you to tap into them for their carnal worldly wisdom. And if you don't, then it's an all-out assault on your character. It's an all-out assault on your makeup. It's you're rebellious, you're Jezebel. They're going to have all kind of quote-unquote spiritual names for you, right? But what did Jesus control? What did he control? See, when I read the Gospels and I look at the life of the Messiah while he was here on this earth, He went to the poor and gave them life. He made it possible for someone that had amassed a lot to be able to give it so that they could gain eternal salvation. I don't see anywhere in there where Jesus was telling people to amass and brag and then put down those that, or make it look like those that don't have this, they're not with Christ. It's no different than organized religion, y'all. It's no different. It's a beat your chest type of thing for everything I've accomplished. But see, Jesus gave all the credit for everything he did to the Father. Think about this. Jesus would do these great miracles and deliverances and set people free and just give them hope, right? But then he'd tell them this, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. So why is it that Jesus is instructing us when he does something miraculous, incredible, to be quiet about it, don't tell people? But then you get these controllers that want to show you everything. They want to put everything out there on YouTube, everything out there on all these private platforms and all this stuff. And matter of fact, get you to pay for them. Don't forget that. You got to pay for that stuff to see it. You got to pay to hear their carnal wisdom. But they want to put everything out there for the world to see. Now, we were instructed by the Bible to not cast pearls to swine, to not give over these precious things to dogs. So it made sense to me when Jesus was like, you just keep this to yourself. See, Jesus knew everybody ain't going to be able to receive what I really just did for you. And it ain't for everybody. I don't want everybody believing that they could get this level of deliverance or this level of a miracle because their faith is not there. But these controllers, because they want to control you, they want to put all of their wicked devices out there. And the reason they're wicked devices is because they're using what appears to be good things, but they're using them to manipulate you. They're using them to get you to say, you know what, that looks great. I don't live like, I don't have that. Oh, I'm in debt and I'm this, I'm that. So if I go listen to them and do what they do, I can get on their level. Same way with Christianity. If I sow a seed, I'm going to be rich like this pastor. But guess what? Show me the people in that church that ever became rich like that pastor became. Show me the people that's going to become rich like these controllers are now. That's going to amass all these lands and all these vehicles and all these buildings and all this kind of stuff they talk about, right? They even want to amass swimming pools now. Are you serious? I know where that motivation came from. I know where that envy motivated and driven came from. That's really sad. It's really sad because my swimming pool, y'all, the number one reason I love that pool is because people can get baptized in it. That's just a little sidebar. I'm back on controllers, though. See, they do these things that appear to be good to men just so they can manipulate men. What they want to do is pillage you for your resources, pillage you for your funds, pillage you for your services, pillage you for your talents and your gifts. But in the end, you have zero assurances. Zero. And again, they give you carnal wisdom and tell you own nothing and control everything. You can't find that in the Bible. You can't find any kind of speech like that from any prophet, from Jesus himself. You can't find anybody speaking like that. That is a worldly, controlling, dominating system that tells you to control everything and own nothing. Now, why do you not want to own anything? Because if you're listening to the sentiments of the world, the carnal advice, is because you don't want to get sued. You don't want people to take the things from you that you have taken from other people. You've amassed and built all these things off the backs of the hardworking saints and taken advantage of them. So you want to protect what you have stolen and pillaged from the people by not putting any of it in your name, by making sure you can't be sued. But the system will never be beat. See, here's another thing about the system. It doesn't matter if you got a foundation, a trust, inheritance fund. It doesn't matter, y'all. None of it is going to be protected. When you do wicked and you do evil, the system is set up to take everything back from you. It's not set up for you to die and pass these things on forever in wickedness. It's going to run out. It's going to run out. So thinking that you're going to be protected because something's not in your personal name is one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard of. But here's the thing. Go and look and see what the disciples did. Go and see what Jesus did. Show me where the disciples took the labor of the people, built them a small kingdom, right? And then decided to protect that kingdom from the world that helped them build it. See, what I saw was when the people got filled with the Holy Spirit, I saw those people say, you know what? I got all this extra stuff, lands, houses. I don't need all of this. But these people out here don't have it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell all of this stuff extra. Not the stuff I live in because I need to live somewhere. But the extras, houses and lands and all that I got, I'm going to sell all that. I'm going to give that to this man here. And the reason I'm going to give it to this man is because he's going to distribute it to all the people that actually need it. And guess what? He's not going to give out PPP loans. He's not going to give them something and then hold it over their heads and say, oh, well, I gave you this 25 years ago. I expected you to turn this into something and give it back to me. That's not what they did. When you saw what they did, when they laid the money at the apostles' feet, at Peter's feet, Peter just distributed. He just gave. And this is how people had all things common. This is how they had all things common. It's not all things common when you are under the controllers of the world today. They control it all. They dictate it all. The finances, the resources, the time, the workload, the energy, everything. They control it all. And the day you say you had an opinion, the day you say something like this just don't seem right, that's the day they're going to lambaste you. That's the day they're going to call you out on their private platforms that people got to go pay for, right? That's the day they're going to insinuate things about your character. All because they want to control you. Now I ask again, what did Jesus control? He told you, save yourself from this untoward generation. He didn't even try to control that. What Jesus did is he came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's the only time you see Jesus speak in the singular, when he's speaking life into the people, letting them know what it takes to make it to the kingdom. And I'll say this part again to just really put it on your mind. I want you to really think about this. The book makes it clear that it's going to be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it into the kingdom. You do know it's impossible for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. And anybody that has the mentality to control everything and own nothing is a rich man by Jesus standards. That I guarantee you. Because he will look and say, oh, okay, well, you control this building and that building and this land and this vehicle and that vehicle and this boat and that boat and this house in this city and this vacation here. And he's going to name all these things you control. And then he's going to say, what does the people control? What do they have? What do they control? What is theirs? You've taken in much, but you've given little. See, the controllers were presented like they give a ton. But Jesus knows the real. Jesus knows the real. Controllers, y'all. I just wanted to touch base on this. I think I'm going to come back. There may be a part 2 to controllers. As you can see, I'm at the work site, so I'm about to hit it. It's pretty early here. It's not even it's going on 6 o'clock. I'm about to hit it. So I didn't touch everything I wanted to touch. So it may be a part 2 to this controllers. But I wanted to put these nuggets in your mind because you kind of need to know. You really need to know what you're listening to. You really need to know when this cloak of maliciousness is being put over you on purpose. You need to know it. You need to know it. And you need to know to run far away from these things. Yeah, they sound good to the carnal ear. They look good to the carnal eyes. But from a spiritual perspective, go match what they're doing and say, did Jesus do that? Did Jesus say these things? Are they quoting Jesus? Or are they quoting the 48 laws of power? Are they doing the works that the disciples did? Or are they following after their masters, which is the religious system of this world, the Christian churches and all this stuff? You got to ask yourself these questions. Hallelujah. Hope this blessed somebody. I think we'll be back for part 2 on this. Shalom, shalom, shalom.